If you're watching this video right now, I'm assuming that you already have a fair idea about what the factorial of a number is. The factorial of a number is simply the product of that number and all its predecessors all the way down to 1. For example, factorial 6 is the product of 6 and all the numbers less than 6 all the way down to 1. In other words, the factorial of a number is simply the product of a descending chain of numbers that starts with that number and ends with 1. Okay, but then how is factorial 0 equal to 1? If we construct a descending chain of numbers starting with 0, it can never end with 1. So how do we even find out the value of factorial 0? Well, let's first take a look at the factorials of a few consecutive numbers starting from 1. The value of factorial 6 is 720. The value of factorial 5 is 120, which is nothing but factorial 6 divided by 6. Similarly, the value of factorial 4 is 24, which is nothing but factorial 5 divided by 5. In this way, the value of factorial 3 is factorial 4 divided by 4. The value of factorial 2 is factorial 3 divided by 3. The value of factorial 1 is factorial 2 divided by 2. If we continue this pattern, the value of factorial 0 would be factorial 1 divided by 1, which is equal to 1. This is what gives factorial 0 the value 1. If we continue this pattern again, the value of factorial negative 1 would be factorial 0 divided by 0. Since any number divided by 0 is undefined, so the factorial of any negative number is also undefined. Mathematically, the factorial of any number is simply the factorial of its successor divided by that successor. If we replace n by 0, we find that factorial 0 is equal to 1. If we replace n by negative 1, we find that factorial negative 1 is undefined.